There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Leadership is solving problems. The day soldiers stop bringing you their problems is the day you have stopped leading them. They have either lost confidence that you can help or concluded you do not care. Either case is a failure of leadership. Perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. Success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence. Get mad, then get over it. It ain't as bad as you think. It will look better in the morning. Diplomacy is listening to what the other guy needs. Preserving your own position, but listening to the other guy. You have to develop relationships with other people so when the tough times come, you can work together. I think whether you're having setbacks or not, the role of a leader is to always display a winning attitude. Bad news isn't wine. It doesn't improve with age. Never let your ego get so close to your position that when your position goes, your ego goes with it. The commander in the field is always right and the rear echelon is wrong, unless proved otherwise. Experts often possess more data than judgment. Don't be afraid to challenge the pros, even in their own backyard. You don't know what you can get away with until you try. 90% of my time is spent on 10% of the world. Giving back involves a certain amount of giving up. Fit no stereotypes. Don't chase the latest management fads. The situation dictates which approach best accomplishes the team's mission. The chief condition on which life, health, and vigor depend on is action. It is by action that an organism develops its faculties, increases its energy, and attains the fulfillment of its destiny. Organization charts and fancy titles count for next to nothing. I was born in Harlem, raised in the South Bronx, went to public school, got out of public college, went into the army, and then I just stuck with it. Standing in support of children is something we should all be able to get behind, regardless of party affiliation. You're not just voting for an individual, in my judgment, you're voting for an agenda. You're voting for a platform. You're voting for a political philosophy. President Assad, I worked with. I know him reasonably well, met with him a few times, and he's a liar. Drones are just another weapon, and they turn out to be a very effective weapon that puts no American troops at risk, and I don't see why we shouldn't use them against identified enemy targets. There's not going to be a World War III, because there is no one to have World War III with. Trump has no sense of shame. But just as they did in Philadelphia when they were writing the Constitution, sooner or later, you've got to compromise. You've got to start making the compromises that arrive at a consensus and move the country forward. The only bipartisanship you ever see is when they finally sign a bill and everybody says, "Gee, isn't that wonderful?" Single quote. We have practiced diplomacy since the very beginning of the nation. Sometimes it has not worked, and we've had to go to war. I always believe you should try to find peace and reconciliation before conflict. That has been the approach I've taken. You have to make sure you know why you are going to war and then use decisive force to end it as soon as possible. People have asked me, what would you have done if you hadn't gone into the army? I'd say I'd probably be a bus driver. I don't know. It isn't enough just to scream at the Occupy Wall Street demonstrations. We need our political system to start reflect this anger back into How do we fix it? How do we get the economy going again? Single quote. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception, it is a prevailing attitude. Great leaders are almost always great simplifiers, who can cut through argument, debate, and doubt, to offer a solution everybody can understand. Don't let your ego get too close to your position, so that if your position gets shot down, your ego doesn't go with it. Avoid having your ego so close to your position that when your position falls, your ego goes with it. Surround yourself with people who take their work seriously, but not themselves, those who work hard and play hard. Children need to get a high-quality education, avoid violence in the criminal justice system, and gain jobs. But they deserve more. We want them to learn not only reading and math but fairness, caring, self-respect, family commitment, and civic duty. Trump as a national disgrace and an international pariah. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be the first to know about new material.